September 1st, 1939. At dawn, German tanks roll across the Polish border. The Luftwaffe roars overhead, dropping bombs on cities and railroads. Within weeks, Europe will be plunged into the deadliest conflict in human history, World War II. But how did it all begin here, in Poland? And why did this invasion change the world forever? Stay with us as we break down the invasion of Poland, the spark that lit World War II. Part 1. The Road to War. By the late 1930s, Adolf Hitler had already broken the Treaty of Versailles multiple times. Germany had rearmed, used aggressive diplomacy to annex Austria, and seized Czechoslovakia in early 1939. Poland, lying between Germany and the Soviet Union, was next on Hitler's list. It wasn't just about land. Hitler wanted Lebensraum, or living space, for the German people. But there was a problem. France and Britain had guaranteed Poland's independence. If Hitler attacked, he risked a wider European war. Then came a shocking twist. In August 1939, Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Publicly, it was a non-aggression treaty. Secretly, it contained a sinister agreement. Germany and the Soviet Union would divide Poland between them. Part 2. The invasion begins. On September 1st, 1939, Germany struck. Using a strategy called Blitzkrieg, or lightning war, German forces combined tanks, artillery, and planes to overwhelm Poland with speed and surprise. The first shots of World War II were fired on a Poland that had done all it could for a preventative war. They fought for their country with courage. But courage was not enough. German tanks crushed defences, while the Luftwaffe bombed cities, railways, and civilians, spreading terror and cutting Polish forces off from one another. Part 3. Poland fights back. Contrary to the myth, Polish cavalry did not charge tanks with swords. They fought bravely, sometimes using horses for mobility. But Poland's army was simply outnumbered and outgunned. Polish forces defended Warsaw fiercely. The city endured relentless bombing but refused to surrender until late September. Even as Poland collapsed, its soldiers fought with determination, hoping that Britain and France, who declared war on Germany on September 3rd, would launch an offensive in the west, but help never came. Part 4. The Soviet Invasion. On September 17th, 1939, Poland's nightmare doubled. The Soviet Union invaded from the east, honouring its secret pact with Nazi Germany. The Polish government, realising it was trapped between two giants, fled into exile. By early October, organised resistance had collapsed. Poland was carved up. The west went to Germany, the east to the Soviet Union. For the Polish people, this marked the beginning of years of brutal occupation, persecution, and resistance. Part 5. The world reacts. Britain and France declared war on Germany on September 3rd, but their response was cautious. There was no major offensive to relieve Poland. Instead, the Western Allies entered what became known as the phony war. Poland had been sacrificed, but the invasion changed everything. Hitler had gambled that Britain and France would stay quiet as they had over Czechoslovakia. This time he was wrong. World War II had begun. Part 6. Legacy. The invasion of Poland was more than just the opening act of the war. It set the tone for what was to come. Rapid invasions, brutal occupations, and devastating civilian suffering. Despite defeat, Poland never gave up. Polish pilots would fight in the Battle of Britain. Its soldiers would serve across Europe, and its underground resistance would become one of the strongest in occupied Europe. But in September 1939, the world witnessed how one invasion could ignite a global catastrophe. The invasion of Poland wasn't just the start of World War II. It was a warning of what happens when aggression is met with hesitation and when nations believe peace can be preserved by ignoring tyranny. History remembers Poland's courage and the terrible price it paid. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. This is the Hobby Historian, signing off.